Good morning, folks. The sun is acting up on the far side, although not as much as one of our satellites. We've got an even longer solar forecast than the one we saw from Hathaway 2 days ago when we watch a mountain explode in China. Let's begin over at spaceweathernews.com and find, you guessed it, a calm 24 hours on our star. Pretty much the only Earth-facing feature of note is the dark incoming coronal hole, and we'll come back to that. Also just this morning, a filament is releasing a CME on the incoming northern limb. When we look at SOHO, first at the bottom, look at the timestamps. It's choppy and there's a lot of data missing from the coronagraphs. You may still be able to pick out some ejecta heading left, however, that was from multiple bursts off the far side central active region. Those sunspots don't need any help like the ones on the Earth-facing disk. Back at Earth, solar wind is collapsing. We dropped a bit under 300 kilometers per second overnight, and that is very, very slow, especially when compared to the super fast readings we've already seen this autumn. Cosmic ray health alert has been off and on in the cardiac and neurological realm, and that will continue for a bit today. Let's get back to our coronal holes. Green IMF, northern position, but look at the extension across the equator just swinging in now. Folks, look at how far south that one goes. While the coronal hole is facing Earth today, the transequatorial portion may wait until tomorrow. We've got new images from Ceres as Dawn spacecraft sets into a bit higher of an orbit. Got nice looks at the cratering and a to-the-eye image of how the planet would look if you were on approach looking at the flight deck. Up next, a piece called The Little Ice Age Has Begun. Whether or not the coming solar shutdown will bring one is a matter of honest debate, but here we're looking at the timing. The forecast is to have 2 more weak cycles like this one, and then the minimum begins in the 2040s, bottoming out in the 2060s. Link is found below, and also this. No, it was not natural. China blew it up to put in a quarry, or so they say. Enormous cloud of dust rolled over the hills. Winter storm still pounding across the northern states and Canada. It has claimed lives already. Also got an Earth spot setting a convergence on the West Coast faults. Folks, we've got your Fly on the Wall podcast coming up in just a few hours as we do every Saturday, and after that I'll be at day 2 of the New Mexico Discovery Festival. Entry is free, bring your students. We've got the rest of the world's pressure and radar forecast followed by shots of our star to close. It's 4:20 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.